Hey there, thanks for dropping in for this short video. In this one, I'm just going to discuss and walk through our construction risk assessment download and all the bits and pieces that we've thrown in there with that. And of course, I'll leave some links below for you to access more information on that download if you so wish. So without further ado, let's take a look at it. So the primary product is the construction risk assessment example itself, and hopefully you'll be aware of this type of document, the risk assessment document that is obviously so important for any of our work-based projects. If you've taken our risk assessment training, which I hope you have, if you haven't, there is a link on the product page there to it. It's completely free and it's being used by thousands of people, and really good feedback on that. So if you haven't had any training, or anyone in your business hasn't been trained, or you want them to be trained, then that's a great starting point. Take an hour and go through that, and once you've done that, that'll set you up nicely to use these risk assessment products that we've created as examples. So this one is an example of a small construction project. It doesn't cover all of the risks, of course, that we may see on a construction project, because there's such a breadth of different risks that are typical within that type of work environment. However, there are quite a list of significant hazards that we have presented as examples here. As you can see, I'll pick a few out: scaffolding, mobile elevated working platforms or MUPs. We've got use of telehandlers in there, shot blasting, use of abrasive wheels or grinders, which is very often the case on construction projects, hot works, hand tools, your typical general stuff like fire and emergency response, your environmental stuff, a little bit of a point on that, electrical risk, vehicles, plant and equipment, etc., etc. So as you can see, it's 6 pages long. We have quite a bit of detail in there, hopefully, or certainly enough to give you a good steer on the type of things that should be included with the control measures. And as with all risk assessments, as we teach in our course, this should be distilled down to the significant risks and the significant controls, so that it's easy to communicate for your staff, and obviously for you to take information out of and communicate specific points where necessary. So hopefully that is a useful example, and we will continue to sort of improve and tweak that example, and we're not trying to cover everything on that. With that said, what we've done is we put together another document and a list of the most common construction project risks that you're likely to see across a range of projects. So there's 28 of these risks that I'm referring to listed in this document, and hopefully it's like a plug and play list of risks, hazards and control measures that you can actually take. As you can see here in the first example, looking at local businesses, residents and public interaction, it gives you the hazard itself, associated typical risks, and the risk ratings as well, which you can use as indicator for your risk assessment itself. But most importantly, we have suggested control measures here for each of the hazards that are listed in the index. So this goes through all of the list at the top here that you can see, and quite a lot of detail. There's 32 pages worth of information here that's hopefully useful for you. So you can take those control measures and the hazards and risks themselves, and as I say, plug and play, use them, transfer them across to your risk assessment as you see fit, and add or subtract control measures and risks, etc., as necessary for your specific construction risk assessment and the project that you're looking at. Okay, so hopefully that's really valuable for you. And in addition to that, we've thrown in as well a health and safety audit checklist. It's just a 1-page typical health and safety audit that you would get for a construction site. Something that can be done on a weekly basis. It's fairly simplified and straightforward, although there are 28 different points on it. Of course, this can be tweaked to suit your project. But again, hopefully it's useful. You can throw it to a foreman, a contracts manager, a site manager, whoever needs to use it, and go out there and just use this as a quick bit of feedback if they want to survey a site. Okay, so hopefully that's helpful as well. And on top of that, you just want to make a note that we do, as I've already mentioned, have the free risk assessment training available, which is really popular on our site. And also we've recently added an example construction site induction, which can be used, and I would advise to be supplemented with site-specific information. But it can be used as a general site induction course. Your participants, if they go on and register for it, will get a certificate of completion for it, and then all you have to do is give them some site-specific information to supplement that. So on top of that as well, if you buy any of our digital products now, we're just making the point that we'll be there to provide live chat support to you as well. So, just as that additional support and confidence for you as you work through getting your health and safety documentation together. Okay, hopefully that was useful for you. That's it for this video. If you do want to find out more information about that download product, as I said at the beginning, I'll drop some links below for you to do that. And also I'll leave a link here to our free risk assessment training video, which I hope you'll find helpful. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.